How do you keep believing in yourself when the evidence says you shouldn't? Now, what does that evidence look like? Maybe your life isn't going the way that you would have wanted it to. It isn't going the way that you would have hoped and planned for. And things have fallen short, even though you have tried your hardest to ensure that they never do. The main thing is to switch your perspective on how you're looking at your own situation. You have to switch your perspective. And if you're around a bunch of people that also view your perspective as if like you have absolutely no evidence that things are working out, you then have to turn around and like switch your audience up too. So you may have to stop dealing with the people that you're dealing with. You may have to like limit, and when I say stop dealing with them, it's more of like limit your intake with them, right? Because these people may be loved ones. These people may be like family members that you love and care about deeply. These people could be coworkers. These people could be, maybe mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, like anybody, right? Best friend. You don't want to off dump, just automatically get rid of these people, right? But your mental matters much more than your relationships with these people. So you need to take a step back and tell these people, like, hey, I love you. I care about you deeply. I'm going through some stuff in life that only me and God can handle right now. So I'm going to be super locked in on what I want to do with myself so that I can make some changes that make sense for me. So I'm not going to answer the phone as much. I can't hang out as much. Our conversations will be far and few between. And the best way to get in contact with me is through text. And when I see it, if it is important for me in that moment to answer, I will answer. If it is not important for me in that moment, then I will get to you when I can. The people that genuinely love you and care about you and want to see you win will understand that. The people that don't will give you pushback, right? So you have to separate yourself from the people that do not see the greatness, the vision, the potential of your life. And the only thing they see is the evidence that stuff is not working out right now. So boom, you gotta get rid of them off dumpy. Two, you have to create a plan. Take a self-awareness test to see like where you are. So be very real with yourself, be very honest with yourself, be very abrupt with yourself. Like, okay, big, this is what life is looking like for me right now. This is how much money I have. This is where my relationships are. This is where my income, like my job is. This is where my mental is. This is where my health is. This is where everything is. This is realistic. This is how much expenses I have. This is how much income I have. This is where I'm at mentally. This is everything, okay? This is where I'm at with my kids. List it all out. Then from there, on another sheet of paper, you're going to list out all the things that you would absolutely love to happen in your life. Why is that important? Take the vision and make it plain. Take the vision and make it plain. God says, take the vision and make it plain. The only way that we are able to shift our perspectives into believing when everything around us is saying that we don't have a reason to believe is because we have to have faith that you have a plan and you know that as long as I take the steps to get this plan done, this is going to work. Now, I know you're like, well, how can I believe that if I already don't really have evidence that things are going to work out, or I should believe in myself as of yet? Shift the perspective. Go back into your life in the last 4 to 5 years and look at some of the things that you have accomplished. Even if it's the smallest little thing, there has been things that you have accomplished, and there have been steps that you have took to get there. There have been steps that you have jotted down and completed that have gotten you to your goal. And because just like if you have a job, right? And this is the perfect example. If you have a job, at one point you did not have a job and you knew that you needed a job. So the goal was get a job. And in between you not having a job and you getting a job, you took the steps to merge those together. So that is enough evidence right there that you are somebody who can complete something. You are somebody who can finish something. You are somebody who sets out a goal for themselves and you can complete that goal. Now, you're going to take that evidence and you're going to feel that, like, I feel like I can do this because I've done things before. And you're going to take that and you're going to put all of that pressure onto your new goals. It is important that you have new goals. That is going to shift from you not believing in yourself and actually believing in yourself. So you're going to have goals. Now, from those goals that you have, you're going to figure out, who do I need to be every day to help me accomplish my goals? Under the goals, you're going to have sub goals that will help you reach the big goal. Okay. So if I know my goal is I want to lose weight, then my sub goal is going to be daily steps, sleep, nutrition, water, right? Now, with those sub goals being the goal, under those sub goals are going to be even smaller habits that I have to have daily that's going to help push me to my sub goals, which will in return push me to my main goal. Okay? Main goal, lose weight. Sub goal. Sub goals, eat right, get enough sleep, work out, steps, you know what I mean? Like, we're filling in the sub goals. So then sub goals, what do I need to do daily to ensure that I'm making these goals? Okay, when I buy groceries, I'm only gonna buy the stuff that's healthy that I like to eat. So when I cook food, I'm only gonna cook food that I actually can eat. I'm only gonna eat the food that I cook. I'm going to go to sleep at a certain time every day to ensure that I can get enough rest so that I feel fully rested. I'm going to have, a certain amount of bottles that I keep next to me. I'm going to keep a water bottle next to me so that I can ensure that I'm drinking enough water. These are daily habits that will help you reach those sub goals, which will in return help you reach the main goal. If you know that I want to lose weight, then hey, even though nothing in my life right now shows me that I can lose weight, I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to go for a walk, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to get me some low weights from Five Below, Walmart, Target, wherever you shop. I'm going to get me some weights and I'm going to lift me some weights for about 10 to 15 minutes a day, even though nothing shows me that this is going to make sense. But because I know input versus output always makes sense, like that ratio never changes. So as long as I put something in, I'm gonna get something out, then you're gonna see results. So boom, what does, as long as I put something in, I'm gonna get something out? As long as you're pushing something into the box every day that is going to help you towards your sub goal, your brain is going to start believing that we can get the output. Right? Now, why will our brain start believing that? Because our brain only believes what we tell it to believe. So if you sit down and you write out the goals, now you've made your brain aware that these are the things that we need to be accomplishing. These are the things that we need to believe in. These are the things that we need to hope for, right? Now your brain has something in the back end that we already know we're going to keep in mind. So boom, from that back end, then you're going to have little goals that you're going to complete every day that's going to help on the back end become the front end. And the more that you do the back end work, waking up on time, eating good food, drinking your water, getting your steps in, working out, saying no to the sweets, saying no to the drinks, saying no to the alcohol, saying no to this, saying no to that, and then saying yes, right, we're not just going to say no, 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 no. We're going to also say yes, 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 yes to the things that make sense. So we're saying no to the things that don't make sense, and we're saying yes to the things that do make sense. And over time, that's going to build the confidence, because then you're going to believe that you can do the things that you're writing down. And because once you know something, you can't unlearn it. You know that once I write it down, it becomes very obtainable for me. Once I know the steps to get something, it becomes very obtainable for me, because all I have to do is follow the steps, right? So I know you may be feeling like, yeah, but the whole point of this is, how do I get myself to believe? How do I get myself to believe? You have to brainwash yourself, okay? You have to brainwash yourself. And how are we going to brainwash ourselves? We're going to be hyper intentional about the things that we take in. We're going to be hyper aware about the things that we're doing and the things that we are saying, right? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So we're going to be very aware of the things that we say over ourselves. We're going to be very aware of the conversations that we're having with people. This goes back to limiting interactions with the people that see your circumstances for what they are and not what they can be. Okay? Do you want people around you that can keep it real, keep it realistic? Yes. But you also want people around you that can help plan with you, can help build with you, can help vision with you, can help dream with you. Because if you don't have those people around, then you're going to be stuck in reality and you're going to be feeling like, woe is me, right? So boom, how do we brainwash ourselves? We're going to be curating our content to be exactly what we need. So the only things that you're going to be interacting with are the things that make sense for the person who you're trying to be, the goals that you're trying to accomplish. You're going to listen to motivational speakers. You're going to read different books. If you already read the shit that you're reading now, we're going to stop reading that. We're not going to read that anymore. We're going to read something different. We're going to be hyper aware of the conversations that we're having. So if the conversation is starting to go in a way that you do not want it to go, you're going to have to immediately redirect. Over time, your brain will start trusting you. You will start believing in yourself. And, right? And because we are visual people, we need to see it. We're going to have a calendar on the wall. We're going to have our affirmations on the wall. Even if it's just pen and paper and you writing it out and sticking it to the wall, that's what you need to do. Okay? You need to brainwash yourself. This needs to be in your subconscious at all times. Even if you're not looking at it, you're looking at it. I'm telling you. Okay? So you need to brainwash yourself. You're going to put that phone on do not disturb. Okay? You're going to turn off all of the unimportant notifications. You're going to stop having conversations about things that do not matter. You're going to get hyper focused on the shit that does. You're going to get back into school. Why? Why are we going back to college? We're going back to school, not because of just the education aspect of it, right? But because our brains need to be more disciplined. Our brains need to be more sharp, and our brains need to get in the habit of having a deadline and completing it, okay? Why does that make sense? Why does that matter? That matters because you need to be in school so that you can see that this is what I want, the degree, right? This is what I want. I want the degree. And then from the degree, I have multiple classes that I have to take, multiple assignments that I have to pass in order to pass the class in order to get my degree. In that, in the classes, in the assignments, I have assignments due every week, every other month that need to be done in order for me to, advance to the next level in my degree. Now, when you do your assignments, you're going to get grades. You're going to see 97A, 86B, 75C. You're going to see those grades. You're going to feel the disappointment when you don't show up, and you're going to feel that sense of accomplishment when you do show up. That is important. On top of that, babe, when you get the degree, it opens up different doors, okay? Don't let people brainwash you into thinking you don't really need degrees. Get them, okay? Get them. I'd rather have them than not have them, because if you can do something without the degree, you'd already be doing it. So if you're not doing it, then I don't know. So, and last but not least, I really want you to journal as much as possible. Journal, journal, journal. Everything that's jumbled up in here, we need to be writing it down on paper. That is therapeutic. It is a release. It is a feeling that you cannot change. You can't get this from anywhere else, okay? Journal. This is going to help you think clearly. This is going to help you feel better because you're going to release all the things that you've been carrying emotionally. And this is going to help your mind be more centered. The more that you talk to yourself, speak highly of yourself. Tell yourself that you're sorry. Tell yourself that you forgive yourself. Tell yourself that it's okay to dream big. Tell yourself that it's okay to move on. Tell yourself that it's okay that things are not looking exactly how I would have planned them or wanted them to look, but we're going to plan our way out of this, and we're going to get our way out of this. And I know that because my own life is evidence of that. And this is how you have to talk to yourself. This is the things that you have to tell yourself. And this, my dear, is how you keep believing in yourself when evidence in the current moment says that you shouldn't. Okay? It's your girl, Nine. If you need more one-on-one help, hit me in the description. Bye.